Hey everybody, HkSniper here. So here we have another episode of Reenactor Reacts, and I might actually make this into a series. This might be something where we just kind of watch videos that are humorous, kind of farby like this video and the last one, and whatnot, and just kind of react to it. Now I've watched this video a few times, and I still honestly have no clue what's going on with this. So, backstory. 2019 is when this looks like it was filmed, at least this is when it was posted. So, right before all the COVID nonsense happened, and I believe this is somewhere in Europe, judging by the language being spoken and obviously the location. So, let's get into it. There's a lot that happens in this, and I guarantee you, even you're going to watch this several times and find something new each time. Kind of real quick, let's set up the scenario. We have, obviously, this German officer is in the midst of bonsai charging a half-track with a 50 cal aimed right at him, armed with his trusty sidearm. And German reenactors, please stop doing these suicide charge things. It looks ridiculous, and it is so overdone. Everyone thinks that you either have to die or surrender at a reenactment. Like, that's the only two outcomes. What happened to, like, falling back? A tactical retreat? Anybody? Let's get into this. So here he is. He does a little war cry. He gets gunned down. These guys don't even raise their weapons. You have the GIs charging in with the 1911s, of course, because two world wars. So this guy actually, the guy at the MP40, you can hear that. It's an airsoft gun. Now, he's got the right idea. He's being chased around, but whatever happened to falling back? The bagpipes. What is going on in the fireworks? What is happening? Like, there's so much going on at once. I don't get it. Between the bagpipes, the fireworks, this scenario in general. The medic run around. We got the guy right here. Followers of the Chin. I mean, yeah, the Chin's a tough guy. He's bulletproof, but can he pick up a hedgehog and just move it like that? I don't think so. This is the European version of the Chin right here. So, here we go, kind of a law in this scenario. Guy with his pistol still shooting. And I'm gonna pause right here real quick. I'm not too sure where this was filmed at, and I don't know what gun laws are there in terms, especially with blank fire and everything. Obviously, it's going to be different depending on where it's at, and I'm not going to knock these guys too much based on what weapons they have, just because I don't know what the laws are where they're at, so I don't know what they can and can't have. Now, the one guy had an airsoft gun. You can hear him shooting it. He's obviously got a full battery in there. Man, it just sounds funky. I would prefer, honestly, if he just pretended over shooting. Just sounds screwy. So let's continue. Like I said, I'm not going to knock these guys on the firearm stuff too much. All the fireworks. Always gotta have fireworks. So this little engagement. This guy, this German down here by the 222. Dude, you're like, what, 100 feet away and you're yelling at this GI to surrender? Like, what is up with this, like, long range yelling to surrender stuff? Alright, you're obviously up against a mechanized force. Your entire group you're with is annihilated. You're going to start trying to take prisoners? I mean, it does not take much to think how to realistically react to a scenario, to what's going on. At this point, you're in a bad spot. Your only point of cover is your 222. You're screwed. I mean, either fall back, which he's already done, which is I give him credit for. At this point, man, surrender. That's just bottom line. But you'll see what he does. It's pretty typical. I mean, very typical reenactor behavior. So they kind of exchange fire. He gets mad, throws his MP40 down, and just walks up to this guy while getting shot at, just ignoring shots, and pulls this off. And then
La parte histórica se la han columpiado.
bagpipe guy again. What is going on? That's what I want to know. What is this? And then there's a 222 crew, so that thing was manned to begin with. You see the guy bailed out of it. And the turret, it doesn't look like it's aimed at them. What was happening with this? So I don't know if this was like a small portion of a bigger scenario that was going on. Obviously, I mean, there's a mortar on the left side of the screen there. The 222's there. I don't know. What do I think is happening, though, is you have way too many different people who all had different ideas, and then they all wanted to incorporate it into one scenario. Obviously, Bagpipe Guy is really, really excited for you to hear his bagpipe music, so he really wants to get involved, and he's going to get involved twice, just randomly in the middle of a battle. The suicide charges. This is a classic example of everybody wanting the spotlight. Classic example of it. All these guys want their 5 seconds of fame of where they do something super cool and they want to impress everybody, and honestly they kind of look foolish doing it. And I can't blame them. We're all guilty of it as reenactors. We all kind of see that situation that unfolds in front of us, or we will all want to have like that perfect scenario where everyone gets a picture of it, everybody gets a video of it. It happens. You know, I'm not going to dish too hard on it, but this is the end result of when you have no control, no organization, and no leadership. It turns into a giant just cluster, and it looks ridiculous to the point where I've watched this video probably 6 times now, probably more, and I still have no clue what's going on. I kept seeing new stuff as I was watching this. Even in making this video, I was catching some new things I had not noticed before, such as the 222 crew bailing out and a couple other things. A lot of things that are very typical. Obviously, everyone had their bulletproof underwear on for the most part. I want to say, you know, yeah, people are taking hits and stuff, but the one guy with the MP40, he got like bum rushed, chased around, shot at like crazy, and he still walked up and executed 2 guys. It's just a lot of problems. Just another example of we can do better. A definite example of that. It's not just American reenactors, as in reenactors here in the United States, that have a bad time coordinating stuff and doing things appropriately. And it's just, again, we can do better than this. I mean, these guys have some cool stuff out there. Not to mention the layout, the scenario, like the game area, you could say even. This whole backdrop would be amazing. I could just imagine some of the really solid units here in the United States, what they could do with this type of situation, scenario, in this setting, with a half track and a 222 and some guys. Wow, lot of missed opportunity here. A lot of missed opportunity. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Have at it. I mean, very interesting. Lot going on. Still very confused. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.